Hey guys, D Willis here, and it is 10 o'clock at night. But I really wanted to come on and do this video because I want to share with you a concept that I like to call intentional perception. Whenever you are thinking about drawing in visibility to your product or service, there's a perception, there's a label that people associate with you. Now, the thing is, it's kind of like branding, right? But branding is more it's different. It's on a bigger scale for corporations, big companies, Walmart, things like that. But let's talk about this intentional perception for an individual. So if you're making a product or service, and you're turning your knowledge into a passive income stream, then once that product or service is created, then it's time to okay, how do I want to be perceived? And you need to be intentional about it because everything that is related to your product, to you, to how you want to run your business, there's going to be a label associated with it. So people are going to see you and they're either going to think positive or negative about you. And the thing about it is you need to be intentional about the perception you want to put out there. I'm not saying to fake the perception. That's not what I'm saying to do. But you need to be intentional about how you want to be viewed in your marketplace. Me personally, I'm looking to be viewed as an authority figure in my marketplace. I'm more than just a generalist, even though I could be, right? But I don't want to be a specialist. I want to go beyond that. Okay, I'm looking at celebrity authority status within my marketplace, not necessarily in the whole world. I'm not trying to be the Beyonce, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is based on the thing that I know how to do, that I share and teach and do for clients and teach my students how to do. I am an authority figure in it. I've been doing this since 1999. Okay, so I have a lot of experience in regards to making products, making offers, and marketing. I love marketing. I love it. But a lot of people that I come into contact with, I can do marketing for businesses and stuff like that. But to be honest with you, I'm all about passive income streams. And I've had a store, a brick and mortar. I know what it's like to have to drive to work and have to go to a business. And those things don't align with what I want to do for the future. And you have to know these things about yourself. And typically people who want to make passive income, they're looking at doing something, dedicating the time up front to create an asset. Now, we're talking about a thorough asset that's going to continue to make money for you over and over and over again. Now, that money is considered passive because you're not working to earn it all the time. But you do need to set aside some time to keep it fresh, to keep it updated. And when you create that product, or when you're even promoting the product, there's an intentional perception that goes along with it, right? And the good thing about it for the little guys like us is that we can control that perception. We have the ability to do so. If we do not control it and be intentional about the perception that we want to put out about ourselves and about our products and services, the marketplace to do it for you. And it might not be the perception that you want or the title associated with what you want or your product, right? So you want to control it. And you do that by coming up with your messaging. And that is what do you stand for? You can think of several things of what you stand for, anywhere between 3 and 5. Me personally, I have 3 core messages that I send for myself. One of those being, turn what you already know into a passive income stream, into a product. If you can turn what you know already into a product, it saves you time. You don't have to go study it. You don't need a degree in it. You already know it. And that is a very simplistic way to get started with building a passive income asset. I also teach my students and help my clients take that one asset and multiply it to where it can go up to 10 streams of income off that one thing. right? And that's just one passive income asset. We're not even talking about if you made multiple ones, right? But one of them can transpire up into 10 different revenue streams for my students and my clients. And I stand very strongly behind that. I believe that knowledge is power, but it's only power when you use it. And knowledge is power, and that makes profits, right? So, but it's how you use your knowledge that makes it profitable. Okay. So I'm real into that. Also, another one of my messaging and what I get across is marketing, because marketing is important in every business. Because once you create the product or service, you need to have prospects. You need to have people that are going to see the product or service. Also, I'm all about making your money work harder for you. So once you gain your money, I also go into different types of other passive income opportunities and investment opportunities that you can put that money into to continue to make that money work for you. And that's where I thrive, right? That's where I thrive at for my clients and my students, because I share these things with them. But in regards to the concept of intentional perception, is all about visibility. You got to start making yourself visible in various capacities. You can do it in audio, video. It's a lot of different ways you can make yourself visible, but you also need to know what you stand for and what you are against. So like, for instance, with me, I'm all about loyalty, transparency, honesty. I'm like brutally transparent. I tell people what's expected. I am a little bit funny, but, that is just me. And it's late, guys, so I'm losing my train of thought, but I'm against excuses. So pretty much like in my copy and in my articles and things like that, and in my sales copy, and even in some of my ads that I run, I'm very blunt. Like, I'm like, hey, this might not be a guarantee. Hey, this is risk. Hey, this is business. If you're not willing to invest in yourself, if you don't want to invest in you, if you don't want to take risk on you, don't get my thing. I'm really that blunt with it, because I want people to trust me. I want them to know that I'm not sugarcoating anything. I'm going to keep it up front. I'm going to keep it real. That is something I stand for. And that is an intentional perception I want to put out, because that is true. It's truly what I value, and it's truly me. I don't like the excuses. I don't want to work with stuck up people, uppity people. I want to work with people who like to have fun, who want to try new things, who are innovative, who are into earning passive income, who are not afraid to work hard, who's not afraid to invest in themselves. Those are the people like I want to work with. And that's the great thing when you get to create your own business. You get to choose. You get to choose who you work with, and you have to be intentional about putting that perception out there. So that's what I mean by having intentional perception, to make yourself visible, not only to the people that you want to attract, but also repelling the people that you don't want. So you have to make sure it's put in all together, and it should be included in a part of your product before they even buy it. So this should be upfront things that you should be thinking about before you even turn your knowledge into a product, if that makes any sense. So if you like this and found this helpful to you, share it with some people. I appreciate you taking the time out to watch this video. I really do. There's no offer or anything associated with this video. I just wanted to share some information with you and get you kind of thinking about this intentional perception and how you can utilize this concept to help you hone in. Because once you figure out how you want to be perceived in your marketplace, everything that you do, from your products to your marketing to your graphics to everything you do, needs to be centered around that. And that's why you need to get clear on it, because it'll make everything congruent and cohesive, and it'll be all together, gelled all together, kind of like a big brand like Walmart or those big brands like Disney and stuff like that. So that's why it's very important to get this understood from the beginning, because it'll align with everything else and makes things so much easier for you. Okay. So share this with some friends. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time. Good night.